say her name, say their names. Brianna Taylor. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to the Stina Show, live on Thursdays. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving last week. And I think I'm still full from that, actually. But yeah, Rodriguez Lopez, my lady. Avi was on last week. He helped with the breath work. What's up? He's the best. Rodriguez Lopez, we have to practice more breath work together. It's so beneficial. You know, it's like anything, showing up for yourself, the self-care. You just have to show up, right? So you fight yourself from doing things, and then you fight yourself from showing up. But once you do, it's so beneficial, and you never regret showing up. Yes, soon we will. Very soon. Tonight's guest is an actor, writer, and improviser, Jenny Formica. She's the best. My favorite redhead. There's a cat behind me. Let me let the cat out while we wait for Jenny. Go ahead, Star. Go ahead. Hi, sorry about that. So, I am not wearing a dress or anything. You know, my lower half isn't as fancy as my upper half. ¿Dónde está Jenny? I wonder. Yes, I call upon. Welcome, Jenny. Thank you. Yes. Jenny.
My tongue is blue.
You match my shirt.
It's been blue for like an hour.
What did you eat?
I had a lollipop like an hour ago.
Doesn't go away. And you tried to, didn't you? Get it off.
I didn't know that was gonna still be like that.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da.
That's me. That's me right now. My teeth are kind of blue too.
I see the tint there. My teeth are always blue too. It's cool.
Always. I'm trying to try to set up my phone so it's like not.
You do this every week.
You're welcome.
You got this, girl. You got it. Are we in the blue closet?
It's not blue.
The light makes it
I'll
look
just
blue.
hold my phone.
Are you sure? You could lean it up against some books or something.
You think I have books?
Artwork, anything really? Well, that's cool. Whatever. I just know that sometimes the Wi-Fi gets weird if you play too much, you know.
If I play too much? Play too much what?
Yeah, you know, if you're moving your phone in like circles and stuff, you know.
Because I'm going to move it in circles.
Precisely.
Wow.
Well, thank you for joining, Jenny. How are you? You doing good?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. This show highlights awesome people, so I'm glad that you are one of these awesome people. Before you came on, I said you're my favorite redhead, so.
Am I like the only one you know, though?
Yeah.
You're my favorite, but I don't know any others.
I think I met a few on my journey, however. You're still
honored.
my favorite, yes.
Thank you.
And you fight for redhead rights, which I really appreciate. So
I do, and I do strongly believe in that, which people watching are probably like, what is that? But it's the right to have a blue tongue.
Right. It's a visual, and not segregation, a visual judgment of sorts, right? That you sometimes receive, which, if anything, you say, why do I receive this, right? And no one should be judged, period. And that's why it comes into play, because you still receive some sort of judgment.
Yeah, I saw something the other day that was like, how is it okay to judge someone on the color of their hair, but not the color of their skin? And it's like, that's so true. Like, judging someone based off of something they were born with in any which way is like not okay.
Yeah, period. There's no question.
I don't
I mean,
understand.
we judge for survival purposes, but it's how we handle that judgment.
Yes. Yes.
My mom says, my mom's here. She says, is your hair natural color?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And that's why she's our favorite.
And that's why it is 100% au natural. Well,
let
the
it
color
out.
is the straightness is not. It's very curly, but
It's
the color is natural.
very
Where's
nice.
your mom? I don't see her comment.
She's Pisces con. She's the most recent one at the bottom.
Oh, it doesn't say. It just says she joined, but it doesn't like say. I don't see comments.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
And
Lame.
she said beautiful. Oh, usually you do. I wonder why. You maybe don't have the updated app. I don't know, but I'll tell you what people say.
Okay. I mean, I should put let me put a filter on. Let's see.
Whoa.
Ooh. I'm just trying to find one that makes my tongue less blue, but
It's super zoom.
none of them work. Oh, well, that didn't work.
While you're doing that, let me jump into questions because it'll go fast. It always goes very quickly.
Go for it.
So, when you were little baby Jenny,
Little baby.
did you know you wanted to be a performer?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. From the time I was I don't have an exact age because kind of like all my early childhood blends together, but I'd say around 6.
What made you realize this?
Amanda Bynes.
Really?
Yes. So when I was little, I loved the Amanda Show way too much. And when I was little, I said to my dad 2 things when I was a kid. I said I wanted to have my own sketch show like Amanda did when I'm older. And I said I wanted to play the live action Kim Possible. One of those things didn't happen. So I'm holding out for the other.
So what happened?
Well, the Kim Possible didn't happen because they cast a brunette girl for that. So
unbelievable.
I'll hold out for the sketch show called The Jenny Show.
Well, you could do that. I mean, I hate to say I was browsing your websites and I found your TikTok.
Mm.
And you have 100,000s of views on some of these videos.
A few months ago in quarantine, my TikTok blew up out of nowhere. And for a few months it was just really doing well, and now it's not. But I do get a lot of views on some videos, which is awesome.
Yeah, I see that. That's cool. So I mean, I'll show that later if you have any fun videos to share.
I mean, I don't know what I think is fun.
Right, preferably. I think I'll show one. I found your YouTube too. That's
oh God.
Maybe we won't show that one. It's not bad, but I know if anyone brought up my old YouTube, I would be like, ooh, please.
Oh God. Yep.
And you and I met through Amber, who's an angel.
Yes, Amber, who's a casting director, who's also our teacher. Amber Horn, who we love.
We love you, Amber. I know we should have told her to come visit.
Should have. I know.
Well, we'll send her the video after. We love you, Amber.
We love you, Amber.
We love you. And we're studying for tonight, we promise.
I know. We are. For the record, I'm putting this out here right now. As of last night, I was fully memorized. Whether or not I will still be fully memorized tonight is...
That's where the improv comes in.
And then all of a sudden someone's like, those aren't the lines at all. And I'm like, not in your mind, they're not. But they are in mine.
Katie Norman said they can make money. Yes.
Kevin, they can make money. What can make money? That's Kevin.
I guess the TikTok video or something.
Oh yeah. I don't see comments or anyone who joined.
Oh yeah, Rodriguez, someone above Rodriguez Lopez, someone I know said, do people make money out of TikTok videos? And then Kevin.
Yeah, they can. There's also a thing. So there's 2 different things. There's one called the Creator Fund, and then there's another one. And I'm part of the Creator Fund, but you have to make at least $50 before you can take any money out. So if you make $49, you never get it.
And how is that, per view, or?
I think it's per view, but I do not know.
You better look into that with all those views, my friend.
I should. I should figure that out.
And then fly out to New York when it's safe.
To see you.
That's what I'm saying. You should use that money on.
Use your money to see me.
Meow.
Meow.
Fix the her.
Fix the her. It's hard when you can see yourself. Like
Don't look up or down. Where am I, up or
you're up?
I'm up. You're down.
So don't look down.
Look up. What does
Why is
say?
it lasting this long?
What kind of lollipop was it?
Blow pop.
The pure sugar, you know.
Yeah, but like
your
it was
bloodstream.
Over an hour ago.
You're flowing with blue right now. Well, I mean, literally, but figuratively too.
Anyway.
Sorry. So, I mean, you were little, and did you have past inspirations that also helped guide you?
Do you mean like my dad, or
yeah, family, friends, whatever?
Yeah, my dad's been literally like the only reason that I've been able to pursue acting as easily as I have. Because he supports me both financially and mentally. So yeah, my dad's been a big part. And like friends in general, like most of my friends are super, yeah, if they're not supportive, they're not my friends. So I should say all of my friends are very supportive.
Aww. Even when you were younger, did you do things with your friends performance-wise?
I did the talent show. That was like my jam. I did the talent show every single year of elementary school. And for the first, like up till third grade, I played the piano. But then fourth grade, I started doing dance, and my best friend and I at the time would choreograph dances and perform them at the talent show. And I thought they were pretty good. And then I, of course, would perform in front of like people. Like I would just make them watch me do things. But yeah.
The cat lady next door said, I was just interrogated about Jenny's blue tongue.
She was in the car with me when I was eating the lollipop that did that.
The culprit.
She can literally vouch for me. This was over an hour ago that I ate this lollipop. Like,
wow.
Why? Like,
maybe because you keep sticking your tongue out.
Everyone wants to see it. I can just talk like this, and then no one would tell.
Yeah, I can't really tell. I mean, I talk like that.
I'll talk like that.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll talk like that. What? Someone has a question here.
A question?
Marcus the artist said, "How are you?"
I'm great. How are you? And how are you, Christina?
I'm great as well, Jenny. I'm trying. Oh, there we go. How are you ladies doing? We're good. We're good, and it's actually getting cold out over here. How about in LA?
Besides the fact that we're like burning down again, it's pretty chilly for us.
It is, right? It's been colder out there than it is here.
Has it been? I don't know what the temperature's been in New York.
It's been like 60s, 70s until today and yesterday. It's 45. Here's another question. Can you see the questions pop up? It says,
I think my thing is frozen. I can't. It still just says that your mom joined.
Yeah, it's frozen. Lots of people have joined, by the way. This person's Marcus says, "Have you been to Miami, Florida?"
I have not been to Miami, Florida. I really do want to go to. I don't know where Disney World is. Is that Orlando? I really want to go. To Disney World. But I've never been to Florida.
You never been to Disney?
I've been to Disneyland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
But not Disney World.
It's almost
And they're very different from what I hear.
Yeah, it's the original Florida, the OG.
The original is California.
Yeah, but the original cool one.
Don't listen. The original Florida.
The original cool one. Like, you have to go. I don't know how to say. But what are some of your favorite films and television?
Well, current or of all time?
Both.
Because, okay, so current favorite television. Oh God, do I even have a favorite current? I feel like all my favorites are older. Like Parks and Recreation is my all-time favorite show.
Nice.
I love Schitt's Creek. I love Dexter. I love there's a show and I assume it's coming back. I think they've had 2 seasons so far, called The Other Two, and that's a really, really good show.
Who's in that one?
I don't know their names.
Or what network can I find that one?
Again, no, that's a good question. Well, there goes my phone. I'm like balancing it on my pop socket on my computer, even though I have multiple tripods in my house.
True improv.
It's starring Drew Tarver and Helene York, which, fun fact, my middle name is Helene.
No, it's French, right?
And it's what?
French name, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Cool, great.
Very nice.
Maybe they only have 1 season.
Oh,
I don't know.
The cat lady
Comedy
next
Central.
door. She said Comedy Central,
and
then someone said The Rookie, and she
I've
said,
never watched The Rookie.
"Oh, me neither. I know it looks good." And that's what's the other 2 is current, right?
The other 2 current. Oh, the other 2. Yes, the show. I was like, what other 2? Yes, the show. The other 2 is current.
The other 2. What are some of your favorite films?
I feel very judged on this because I don't pick films that everyone's like, oh, a classic. I pick films that I personally love. So, there goes that. So I would say The House Bunny, Easy A, Zoolander, 500 Days of Summer, She's the Man.
Nice.
Lilo and Stitch.
So then going to the next question, favorite actors and actresses. It sounds like Emma Stone from what I'm hearing. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people think. I will say I love Emma Stone. I wouldn't say she's like my favorite actor or actress. I just say actors, like.
I know. I do too, but some people prefer.
Some people prefer. I feel like I just say actors, and my favorite actors, Kate McKinnon, is my jam. Kristen Bell, Jennifer Carpenter, Kate Menig. Like, there's one I'm leaving out, and I don't remember who it is.
Let me try to think of who I've seen on your page.
Kate McKinnon, Jennifer Carpenter, Kristen Bell, Kate Menig. Who am I leaving out?
Little Big TD said Jenny.
Hi, Chris.
Who is Jenny leaving out?
Who am I leaving out of my favorite actors? If the cat lady next door is on, she should still get it.
Is it Kristen Stewart?
No, but hot damn, I'll take her.
Add it to the list. I
feel like the cat lady next door, if she's still on here, that's my neighbor Mallory, and she's gonna say it's Sarah Bareilles, but it's not Sarah Bareilles. It's my favorite singer.
So what's this relationship you have with Sarah Bareilles?
This relationship? Oh, I didn't know I had a relationship.
I mean, I've seen so many pictures and videos of you guys together.
We're best friends. We go way back. Grew up together, even though she's, twice my age. She's not twice my age. That's a lie. She's like 13.
No, she's not.
But maybe I am actually 15 and she's actually 30. Anyway.
Forever 15.
No, she's 40 and I'm not going to say
Don't
my age.
say your age.
I am older than 15 and younger than 40. What was the question?
How did you meet Sarah?
Right.
Really?
I've met her just a bunch of times, literally like at her events. Like that's where I've met her. And then through the years, we've just formed, like, she knows who I am. And it's really not that, like, it's exciting for me, but it's not like that exciting to be like, oh, actually, she's known me for a really long time and we're best friends. It's like, she knows me as a fan. And
you never know how people feel about you. There's always a face beyond the face.
That's true. She might actually adore me, or she hates me. We don't know.
We never will know.
We never will know.
Little Big TD says we love Sarah and Jenny. Times
Yes. I met Little Big TD as Chris. I met him through Sarah.
10. Oh. Welcome. SB fans around the world.
SB fans. Yeah. Yeah.
And I assume that you take a lot of classes. I mean, because we've been in a class for a little bit.
Yes. I don't take a lot of classes at once, but I have taken a lot of classes. Like right now, I'm just in Amber's class.
And you've been with Amber for a long time.
I've been with Amber since the beginning of quarantine. So is that a long time? I guess.
It is. Yeah, it is. Totally. It's almost before we know it, it'll be a year.
Yeah, I've been with her then for probably about a year. Before that, I also take at Second City. I do improv and sketch at Second City, in their conservatory program. Cool. I've taken with G. Charles Wright. I've taken with Scott Cedillo. I've taken with Judy Kane. I've taken with.
That's what I'm saying. You keep going. That's awesome.
I do keep going. I feel like I get rusty if I take too much time off.
Yeah, that 1 week of vacation, Thanksgiving, we come back and stuff.
That 1 week, which I didn't even have off because I ended up taking that other class with Amber that she's offering with Dorian.
How'd it go?
So I didn't have that week off either, even though I thought I was going to.
It was good. I wish I went to that.
It was really good. We had the last class last night with her. She's so nice.
Aww. Mm-hmm. Well, Amber's very busy too. We can get on the next train.
That's true.
So Second City's like the closest to a school, I guess, that you've been to.
What do you mean?
Like an acting school.
Oh yeah, because I didn't go to acting college or anything. Acting school. Oh my God, stop it. Acting school wise, I would say, yeah. I went to UCB too. I did UCB, all of their 4 levels, and They are technically an accredited university. So I guess that would be the closest.
Are they really?
Yeah. If you go, fun fact, if you're ever trying to get a student discount somewhere, UCB counts.
Thank you.
But you have to be a current student.
Yeah. I went for two classes too.
Yeah, which now the one in New York is gone.
Yeah, well, they moved locations, I think, right? I hope.
Did they? I heard that they had just closed down, but then I heard somewhere that they were just going to start renting random places, and
they can't close. They're the
original.
Epic.
Yeah, I know.
They're the original.
They're the original Florida.
I didn't say that. I would never put Florida with word original.
They're the original Florida.
Too good. I guess Texas is the original Florida.
What?
They had to
what
pick
does
a
that
state
even mean?
to compare it to. I don't know. Listen. So how do you stay motivated as a performer in quarantine and in general, even maybe before here?
I would say that staying motivated is actually something I struggle with. And I think a lot of people struggle with it, especially when you're in quarantine. The way I would stay motivated before was going to classes and making projects with friends when you're not filming other things, making your own stuff. And now that's not a thing. So for me, making the TikTok videos was big in the beginning of quarantine. And then I've been working on a pilot for a long time that I told you about. And I finished that during quarantine. So trying to find your own things that you're excited about. But, auditions always help too.
Yeah, right.
Keep me motivated.
If your reps are listening.
Yeah. So if you want me to stay motivated, get me more auditions. Yeah.
Please.
That, and then, yeah, just inspiring things too. I've gotten inspired to write more after I watch SNL or, or watch an interview with someone I really admire and they talk about what they do. So that helps.
Do you want to share any details about this pilot or that you don't give too much away?
Yeah. basically it's based on, so this pilot has taken many turns. My whole premise with the pilot, the only thing that sparked something was that I wanted to see more redheads on television, and natural redheads on television. And I started paying attention to like when I would see them, and it just was not happening. Especially redheaded men, like, are very rare.
Yes,
but
Seth Green, right?
You literally have the guy from Shameless and like Rupert from, but he's not even television. Like, you'll see, I think you see more redheads.
Grint, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you'll see more redheads in film than television, but even then it's very minimal. You'll see like redheaded kids, and then there's just like no one until like, you know, Isla Fisher and stuff like that. And those are all movies. And so I wanted to write a television show about redheads, and it started with just being like what life as a redhead was about, was like the original premise. And it was going to be like a family of redheads, and then it turned into just a family where it was like mine, where it was like one teenage girl who had red hair and the rest were brunette. Then it turned into she was an adult redhead, but I don't even remember at that point where it was at. Now in the final process, basically, she is an actor. She's a struggling actor. She's been doing it for, 8 years. She's had no breaks, like no big breaks or no big anything. Struggling to get an agent or a manager that works for her, struggling everything. And she keeps seeing people around her book jobs. And she has this one friend a coworker who books a big job, who wasn't even an actor. She literally is she's an influencer, and they hire her because she's an influencer. And so she just basically has this like mental breakdown of like, what am I doing with my life? Like a quarter life crisis type of situation.
Tale as old as time.
And when she was a kid, she used to write letters to her favorite celebrity to cope with bullying. And so now as an adult, she's picking that back up, except writing letters to herself. I'm not going to say more because I don't want to give more away, but
that's good. I mean, it's just the average actor story, really.
Basically, yeah, it is.
It's add red hair to it.
It's adding in red hair and the struggle with being a redhead in like daily life, and then in acting, and like people who are in the industry could relate to it, I'm sure, and out of the industry, because it's dealing with like childhood bullying and like how that affects you as an adult as well, like how it carries into adulthood and discrimination, but with comedy.
You just made me realize that sometimes as a child, I mean, everyone has a bullying at some point. Hopefully it's not too scarring, but you don't know why this person's bullying you generally. And then that's true. It could be because of your hair or whatever. I mean, meanwhile, it's like, even just because I'm like strawberry blonde or whatever, it could just be that. It doesn't even matter. Your nose, your eyes.
They find what's different about you, whatever they find different about you. Like the zit that I have on my cheek that I didn't cover.
Which we didn't realize till you said something.
You like it?
Show us your tongue instead.
I'm doing great, guys. Quarantine is great. It just basically deals with that. And plus on top of it, the goal is to get more people aware of the discrimination that a lot of redheads can face. And I've done a lot of research for it too, to make sure like, I don't want it to just be like, this has been my own journey and no one else, and therefore I'm going to write about it. Like, I wanted to make sure like other redheads out there have also dealt with this, so I wasn't like crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but not for that reason.
Yeah, there's, as we were saying, judgment is judgment, and people will find a way to do it. Yeah,
sadly, but truly.
I almost just wanted to talk about our script for homework, but I'll save that for class.
Okay.
About social media and being too much for kids,
Oh, yeah.
That was the redheaded activism. So we'll get back to that. But
okay.
What are some of your favorite, I guess we could talk about like concerts or shows you've been to?
Favorite concerts, like I love concerts, and I would say like obviously Sarah Bareilles is going to be my all-time favorite. And my best friend and I were actually supposed to see Halsey this year, but then COVID happened, so we didn't get to. Because I feel like that'd be fun. I don't have a favorite concert besides seeing Sarah, but I will say my dream concert to go to is Pink, because I think that
Yeah.
girl puts on a show.
My sister loves her. She wants those tickets, if
Ugh.
ever.
God, I would die to see her perform live. Like, she's so talented. I'm like, oh, I just want to, even if I'm in like the nosebleed seats, like I just want to like see her spin around upside down and like
On the screen, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I just want to see it happen in real life.
We have a comment. Rodriguez Lopez, who is one of my Navy shipmates, that's what her name is. She said, "How have redheads been discriminated in television?"
Okay. So there's a couple different ways. We could either, well, I'll talk about both. The first way is more so the fact that casting redheads just doesn't happen. Like, the amount of times I've had agents and managers be like, redheads are just so hard to get into the room. And the amount of times producers don't want to cast us because, for whatever reason, I don't even know why. And I've read articles even with casting directors that are like, redheads are hard to match up and their coloring isn't right and their skin color is too light and all this stuff. And usually in television, when they do cast a redhead, it's in a stereotypical way. So it's not necessarily discriminatory at that point. It's more so like the redhead guys are always going to play like the bully or the nerd, and the redhead girls are always going to play like the sexy or the mean girl. Like, or depending, if they're skinny, they play sexy or mean girl. And if they're heavier, they play like weird, dorky girl. And like, that's just stereotyping in television. Like, it does happen. My biggest issue is when they bring in a non-redhead and act like she's a natural redhead. And then like in the show Russian Doll, they have like Natasha Lyonne and she's not a natural redhead. And they'll have comments like, oh my God, I hate gingers and stuff like that. And it's like, if you're going to show that, which does happen in real life, so like I'm okay if you're portraying that, have it be to a real redhead who would experience that. Like, same with like the Queen's Gambit. Like, it's just that kind of stuff. I like didn't bring up all my research on here because I didn't want to make your whole show about this.
Yeah. Well, can I just say that Russian Doll is Natasha's show, so.
Yeah. And she's not a redhead though. Like, why did that comment have to?
But I'm not justifying anything, but that also, you talking about the red hair made me think of classic Hollywood, because the foundation is dyed blonde, which is, what is that about? You know,
I don't know either. I don't know what that's about either. I'm all personally for, like, here's how I look at things. If you're gonna hire someone and you're gonna comment on their appearance, then either comment if it's a real appearance or fake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna make fun of the redhead for being a redhead, have it be a redhead, or just don't comment on it. Like,
right.
Don't make it about it. Like, it's not, you know, and for me, it's a more so thing that I would just personally like to see more redheads on television. Like, the fact that I can watch 7 seasons of a show, like Schitt's Creek, I love Schitt's Creek, and Roland is one of the leads and he's a redheaded guy. But for the most part, besides him, there's not one natural redhead in like however many seasons Schitt's Creek has or whatever. You know, same with Parks and Rec. Like, to watch, you know, 7 or 8 seasons of a show and not see one person who looks like you.
Well, and you're looking like continuously,
and there's just not one.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to me. And like, and then there's the other factor of things like Riverdale, where the whole show is full of redheads and they cast one natural redhead. Like,
and the problem is, the producer says, "You gonna dye your hair?" They say yes, right?
Yes, that was something.
So what, do they want us to dye our hair? But we don't want to do that, right?
Well, no, and like, that's the thing too, is I really want to find this this article to read you. I should have had it pulled up. I'm like,
you have time if you want to scroll around.
Like, I have it bookmarked, but I'm trying to figure out, I have like so many things bookmarked for redhead stuff. And apparently Hulu is bookmarked under my redhead stuff. I don't know why.
What show, right?
Literally just Hulu. So I don't know when that happened.
No.
I don't know when I did that. It's an article on Backstage. Gosh, trying to find it. I like hate feeling that. I'm like, you want to talk more? Wait, is this it? This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will read you this quote. Stop it. I hate when all their
And it was
ads
on
like pop up.
Backstage. That's cool.
No, I'm not. Thanks. Yeah, it's on Backstage. Okay, so I'll just read this. For episodic television, says casting director Jason Lapadura of Lapadura and Hart Casting, which, by the way, is a very big casting director.
It is, yep.
An actor's hair is not central, at least not initially, but we may tell the actor if he's cast will need to cut or dye his hair. We may tell a man to shave or grow a beard. In film and television, we do use wigs, though it's much easier to find the right wig for a woman than it is for a man. An actor with a totally shaven head may have limited casting possibilities. Redheads may have a hard time getting cast, especially as a member of a family. It's very hard to match up redheads. It's not that easy to darken or lighten them, and even if we give an actor a wig, her skin coloring won't be right. So that's what I'm talking about. Like,
oh my gosh.
it's just point blank. They won't cast us because, first of all, I'm the only redhead in my family. My parents, my brother, brunette, like
wow.
red hair is a recessive gene. Yeah. And mine came out like red. So it's a recessive gene. And I feel like casting doesn't seem to realize that you can have a redheaded kid and not have to have redheaded family. And with that said, if you do have redheaded family, they don't have to be the same tone of red. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can.
And you know what? These days it's bullshit. That's bullshit because there's hundreds of thousands and millions of people trying to be actors. Like, even for commercials, like that is such a lie. Like, not a lie, but it's just not nice to close mind like that, you know?
And that's the word that's it. They're very close-minded, and honestly, a lot of the times they're not even aware. So they're not even aware that they're just not bringing in redheads or not casting redheads. They just are doing it. And then when you bring it up to them and you're like, I've noticed there's a lack of this. They're like, no, that's impossible. I don't discriminate. And it's like, you just aren't aware that you discriminate.
Yeah, no. And you know what? If the writer isn't writing in a redhead also, that's a thing. They want to do the typical whatever, right?
A lot of the times it doesn't come down to casting, which a lot of people like not in acting don't know this. Like, casting directors don't make the final say of who gets cast. They just have the say of who gets called in. So if they're handed a script that says, we want an Asian female with long dark hair to play this role, they're only going to call in, Asian females with long dark hair to play this role. And so a lot of the times what you'll be seeing is like they'll close mind the gap instead of just saying race and ethnicity and hair color and all that doesn't matter. Call in whoever you think seems right for this role and letting casting have more freedom with it. The writers and the producers have a very narrow view of what the character should look like. And I think there should be a standard of, we make sure to be inclusive and we bring in all sorts of different types of people, different gender, different ethnicity, different race, different hair, different whatever. And then we see who works best with the role, And
those are the best casting directors. You see these Q&As with them where they said, I went and fought for this person. I went and fought for this guy, for this woman role because they came to my mind and I'm good at my job.
Yes.
Listen to me. And the director fights them. And
what's the point of having a casting director if you don't allow them to have any sort of director, takes on things?
They're not just the middleman. They have a job to do.
Yeah, exactly. And if they read a script and they think, I think this actor that I saw 3 weeks ago for this role would be really good. This is right up their alley. Oh, but they're only describing this as a male role or a female role. They should be allowed to fight for them and be like, hey, what do you think of changing this role?
You know what's probably funny? They're probably getting submissions from female to male and both vice versa right now. It's probably a very confusing time for them.
Yes. I think Hollywood's just in a weird place right now where they're they basically just get in trouble too if they cast a white person at this point. It's
I know.
You can't. And it's can't we just have room for everyone? There's definitely roles for everyone.
Let's not open one to close another. We need to open all doors.
All of it. Let's make sure we're having diversity in all of
shapes, our colors, sizes, whatever. The whole rainbow,
Exactly, because that's what America is, and that's what the world really is it's a melting pot of all different types of people, and so it's important to have all different types of people.
And
And
it will
I
get
will,
there, and then people will find something else to hate on, right?
yeah, exactly. Well, people will always find things to hate
Right.
on.
Right. That's true. I mean, whatever. But in casting, it's important to be all inclusive.
All inclusive, not limited. So enough about that.
That's good. I mean, it branches into a lot of other conversations.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I didn't come here with like all my research pulled up to be like, let me educate people on this. But
But you have a lot of working knowledge of it too.
yes,
So
I do. And I was recently even watching a bunch of like the YouTube videos I was sharing on my Instagram of just like redheads being like, yeah, I've been beaten and fired for having red hair. So it's like it goes beyond Hollywood. The issue goes far beyond Hollywood. But yeah.
yeah, interesting. Now that you made me think now. Where does it go?
Where does it go? Wait, there's life outside of Hollywood? What?
See, I don't know. Usually special, like I grew up in a kind not too diverse town, I'll just say that. And the people that were like, I was friends with all the like the outcasts, right? I was an outcast. Like I was friends with like the Indian girl, the Spanish girl, the gay girl, and the gay guy. That was my group, right?
Right.
And I mean, as we got older, like those people they became more popular because they were more individual, but it took them a long time to kind of get that footing. But then they were like looked at as cool because they were special, you know?
Yeah.
So if you stand out, you stand out, and it's a good thing when people see it for what it is.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like standing out is it has pros and cons all the time.
Yeah, no, and that's the balance.
Yes.
But we want to work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, standing out is great when you want to be remembered and when it works in your favor, but at the same time, when you stand out too much.
Yeah, no, people.
Yeah. It's a fun time. Anyway, we don't have to keep complaining about this.
We'll come back to it. Do you have a deep quote or enlightenment experience to share?
I do. I have to read it though because I don't have it memorized.
Is it in your Hulu bookmark?
It's not. It's on my computer ready to go. I had that ready to go. So it's by Amy Poehler.
Cool.
And it is, you have to care about your work, but not about the result. You have to care about how good you are and how good you feel, but not about how good people think you are or how good people think you look. And I think that is so much easier said than done, but something I really want to live by, especially as an actor.
That really, I'm even still processing the first part of that.
Yeah.
It's so deep and so heavy.
Yeah. You have to care about how good you think you are and how good you feel about your performance and yourself, but take away what everyone else thinks, which I think is so hard to do when your livelihood and your passion is solely based on, do other people want to watch this? But because it came from someone who was in performance, I was like, I love that. So yeah, I mean, I have a few quotes I like, but that was the one I picked.
Nat Scott sings did 3 clapping emoji.
Woo!
It's deep. That's good. And it makes me think, it's like, like for me, probably for you too, we're doing what we love, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not getting as much work opportunity, which then could support us maybe doing more. And, but then it's like, oh, but you should be doing more already. And you're like fighting with yourself over it.
Well, it literally is always like that. It's like when you're doing a lot, you're like, I could be doing more. And then when you're doing nothing, you're like, I could be doing more. And then even when you do a performance, we are our own worst critics, right? So we're like, that was horrible. I hated that. And what sucks is when you finally have a performance where you felt good about it, and then someone else is like, that was not good.
Why
and you're
is that
like,
how it happens all the time?
Yes.
It's
and
weird,
what really
right?
should matter is that you did the best you could and loved your performance. But when you're in an industry where it's like, you either get paid or not based off if someone else thinks you did a great job, it's really hard to focus on that.
When we have like, right.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about, these one line auditions, right? Which I've had a few this year, thank God. Thank you, Bob, my manager thing.
Yeah,
and it's
yes.
like you don't hear back from them, and it's
No.
one word or 5 words, you know, and it's like, what did I what?
Well, I think a lot of actors think that when an actor auditions, first of all, I think a lot of people think actors just like choose what they audition for. Like they don't realize that like you don't just get to see what's out there and you're like, oh, I want to go in for that and like go. But second of all, I don't think they realize that we don't hear back. We don't get feedback. So like you audition and that's it. And unless you get a callback or a chemistry read or you book, you don't hear anything. So even if you did a wonderful job, if they didn't pick you, you're never going to know you did a wonderful job. So immediately you're like, I sucked. They hated it. I did something wrong. I'm a bad actor.
Right.
And it's like, that might not be the case at all. And like, even still, like, luckily, you know, when you know someone who's like in the casting room or whatever, you can be like, what did you think? Or what did they say? And it's interesting. I've heard feedback from like casting directors who saw my take were like, we loved you. We thought you were great. They went with a man. They went with a black man. Like, you're a white woman. They went with a black man. Like, you could have.
I went up against a white man, and they chose him. So it doesn't even matter.
Like they'll go with whoever they think is best, which is great. But like, if they ended up wanting a person who looks nothing like you, you could have been the Shakespearean actor of your time and not gotten it because you didn't have the right look.
There's so many factors, and that's why you have to let it go. And that's why that Amy Poehler quote is perfect. Yes. You have to just let it go at all times.
Well, and also the fact that it is so subjective. I always personally compare acting as writing an essay and being graded on an essay. Because there are certain things that people can look at and be like, yes, this was good. Like you had great grammar, you had great sentence structure, or like you had all your lines memorized and, you know, whatever else. But what's interesting is that one teacher might grade an essay with an A and someone else might give it a C because they didn't like the topic or they thought that you could have written paragraphs to be longer. And I feel like even recently I had that experience in class with Amber and Dorian. They gave me complete opposite notes. And I was like, so one of them wanted it bigger and one of them wanted it smaller. And I'm like, that just shows neither way is right. Like everyone has their own opinion.
Right.
And like, you could do it one way and this casting is going to be like, that was the best I've ever seen. And the other's going to be like, that was horrible and I never want to watch you again.
Yeah. And it's mood. You know, they also say if you look like someone they don't like or their family member or something, they'll treat you like that. And it's like sometimes you can just show up, not say a word, and still get some sort of rejection.
Literally, it's like, oh, my bully in elementary school's name was Christina, so I don't like this girl. Like, like, oh God,
she doesn't represent me.
like I personally have like an automatic like, I want to stay away from people named James.
Really?
Because my bully's name was James. So like I automatically
a boy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my biggest bullies were all boys.
Wow.
There were mean girls, but they weren't the girls that they didn't make fun of me for my appearance or my hair. They were more like the bratty, like, she said this about you and you know what I mean? Or like, I didn't like that this girl said this about this girl, where the guys were just like, ginger, like no soul, fire crotch. And I was like,
that's too young for that.
It was so bad. I was like, what's happening?
It's so strange to me when guys act like that against women. You know?
I don't get it. And like when I was little, it started happening when I was in first grade. And like people would use that excuse of like, he just likes you. And I'm like, we should never tell girls that it's okay for a boy to treat them badly because they like you.
Right.
Like,
it doesn't make it okay.
That doesn't make it okay. And that means that person has bad coping mechanisms with their feelings. That doesn't make it okay.
Vice versa.
Yeah. Like, they don't get to call you names because they like you. Like, that's not okay. So
no, it's unprocessed emotion.
Yes.
And it's not good, right?
No, like that's why, like, oh well, they're just jealous of you, and it's like, well, but they're hurting my feelings. Like, how's that fair?
I hate when I think a guy's jealous. It's of a woman. It's just, I mean, Nowadays, with the non-binary situation, it makes a little more sense. However, it's like we look different, we have different opportunities. Like,
Different life experiences.
leave me alone.
Yes, leave me alone. You don't even understand. Like,
you don't even know me.
You don't even know. You shouldn't even go here. Like, remember in high school too, it's like, I look back at that age and the different changes your body's going through, and it's like, men are experiencing a lot of changes, but women are, I think, experiencing more.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, I think men just don't admit it. Like,
well, that too.
you know,
That
that's
too.
a different thing.
Yeah.
Or it's more sexually experienced,
I think
perhaps.
men are experiencing more changes here, and women are experiencing more changes here.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
The balance.
Like, yeah, like men are getting like, what's going on in my brain and why do I feel this way? And women are like, why am I bleeding?
Someone said hello from the Gambia. Is that country?
Gambia?
We are here searching for help. Oh no, I'm gonna.
Oh no. Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. You might want to call your local authorities.
What was their screen name?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Let me see here.
I mean, it still says your mom just joined and there's 5 people watching, so I have no clue what we're at.
I got this. I just hid the video from them, which is cool. Wow, that's cool. I got my first spam, which is pretty cool.
I'm so happy to be here for that
Yeah.
moment.
Thank you for joining me with it, Jenna. But anyways, yeah, childhood isn't easy, and then growing up
Moral
isn't
of today's
easy.
Conversation: childhood is not easy.
It's not easy.
Leads to adult problems. Acting is unfair, but we do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, day in and day out, it's like, what job should I do? Acting. Yep. It's like, but I'm trying. But then you need to do another job. Acting.
Yes. And literally, like, the thing I read once that was like, I think it's really funny that the people that need the most, like, affirmation from other people and, like, the people who hate themselves the most enter a job field where they need, like, other people's approval.
Yeah, no, it's strange and ironic. But if something's calling you, you know, like I watch all these commercials and sometimes you're like, how did this person get on the commercial? No offense, but
I question it too.
You know what I mean?
Well, TV and film too. It's like, if I watch someone and I think I'm a better actor than you, that says a lot because I don't think I'm a great actor. So
if you couldn't visibly notice this person's a bad actor, that's bad casting.
That's bad. Yeah, I'm like, okay, who did you know? Like, who's your dad?
Who's your uncle? But that's another issue, and it's in itself.
Yep.
Nepotism is real, but that's across every industry.
You know, like when it comes down to it, you're gonna get more auditions if you know the right people. You're gonna get more bookings if you know the right people. Like, you're like.
That's true. It's who knows you, right?
Yeah, who knows you? That's a better way to say it. Who knows you and who likes you?
Someone named Fred Turner. He visits here often. He's a IATSE member. He helps out the crews in LA.
Oh, cool.
He said, "Isn't it ironic, don't you think?"
Isn't it ironic?
Like rain on a rainy day.
Ironic.
Yeah, I really do think.
Alanis, I really do think that.
True. Where are we going? Where are you taking me?
Let's go on a journey. It always spins that way too, and I don't know why.
He said, I got mine on through nepotism. Well, congratulations, Fred.
Congrats. Does your nepotism relationship want another one? Because I'll sign up for that.
Do you want any gingers?
Yeah, right. I had a friend that told me that she, like, her mom worked in the industry and she was wanting to be an actor. And she was like, but I don't want to get it through my mom. I want to get it through myself. And I was like, look, I respect it. Don't try. It's like, just take the opportunity where you have it. Because there's people out there like me who don't have it, who have been working at this for a really long time and would kill for that connection. Yeah,
and it's like, you know, we could have slept our way to the job, but I chose the other routes.
We chose the other route, the safer route with the less success.
And don't say that. Look at Morgan Freeman, right? A lot of people too.
Yeah. Look, I'm
And
not
nowadays,
judging anyone's choices.
no, but that's the problem is the foundation of Hollywood is built on these things that we're trying to forget about, and it's not easy.
Yeah, we really are in a very, I don't know the correct word, but a very weird time in Hollywood where like, it's great because we're fighting against what's needed to be changed for a long time. It's just a really crappy time to be entering this industry. Like, it's great for the people who are like already established and are like, I'm fighting against the man. But now like us, we're like, cool. So no one wants anyone that looks like us and we're screwed. Awesome.
And you already slept with that man.
I already slept with them anyway. Now I get that.
Right? And now you're fighting. It doesn't make sense.
Dang it. Oh, God.
So we got a few minutes.
Yes.
Where may people find you on the interwebs, future projects, etc.?
I am everywhere.
Omnipresent.
Find me on LinkedIn at I'd say Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Jenny Formica, and TikTok I'm at Jenny_Formica. That's it, right? Are there other things?
You have a new account, but why?
Oh, I got a new TikTok account because I thought that my other one was shadow banned, and I just wanted to see if I posted the same video on another account, if it would like do better, but it didn't. So it was just a trial.
Oh, okay. So you're back on this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep that other account or not. I don't even remember what I named it. What was it? Oh, was it Jenny and the Bets? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Jenny and the Bets. Yeah, so my followers were at 80,000 and then they just dropped.
Where on this one?
Yeah, I was at 80,000 followers and then it dropped down to 79.7.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Made me sad.
Well, you know what? You know what I think, because it's such a fast app. Like I don't even go on it. I can't keep up with it. Look at this, 340,000 views. That's crazy.
It's cool. And it's crazy because people expect new content like daily. Like unlike YouTube, where it's like every week or every other week, it's like they want new things all the time. But they don't want new things. Problem. They want the same thing, just slightly different.
And that's a full-time job. And if you don't commit to it, that's why I don't commit, because I'm not into the commitment of that. And some people's videos I can't top, and I don't want to try unless I have the content. So
yeah, I mean, I committed to it for a while, but I ran out of ideas because I used all my ideas so quickly.
I mean, that's good. Look how many you have. A ton though.
And sometimes I'll make a video that I think is going to do really well because I think it's hilarious, and then it gets like 300 views, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but that's luck. I feel like that's luck of the draw.
It is. It's a lot having to do with the algorithm that I don't understand.
Yeah, like this one girl I follow, she sometimes has 1 million, sometimes doesn't, and it's just who's watching when, who comments.
There's someone I follow who has over 1 million followers, and she's not even verified, and I'm like, how?
Wow, 1 million followers. Yeah, that's why I don't mess with it. It seems a little shaky to me.
It's very shaky. I don't understand it. I tried emailing them about it, but they didn't respond.
And they won't.
But I tried.
They're too big, you know.
Oh.
I mean, you never know. Try, obviously always try. But that's like Instagram and Facebook. If you ever try to contact them, that's like
nothing.
No. Trying to contact like a long lost parent or something.
Yeah, I tried contacting Instagram literally just to be like, my account isn't working, and I heard nothing.
Yeah, no. And this is years later, you might hear, we updated your request.
On that note, I got told when I went to get my lifeguard license, or like whatever your lifeguard, I guess, license, I didn't get notified that I got my license in the mail, I passed everything, and then I got an email 4 years later that said, congratulations, you passed your lifeguarding. And I was like, oh my
gosh.
What?
I could have been a lifeguard this whole time. My career is destroyed. Thank you.
Oh, I had to give up on all my dreams.
I'm not the lifeguard you wanted. Blame it on the hair.
Yeah. Everything that doesn't go my way, I'm going to blame on my hair.
I mean, some things that's valid. That's the problem.
Well, sometimes it is, but this I don't think was.
You can't be a lifeguard.
You
You
give me
have
a
red
lifeguard
hair.
because you have red hair. Oh, crap.
Well, then you just have to find someone, meet them, and they'll get you the gig.
It's all about who you know, man. I know
It is.
lifeguard A down the street, and
We have 1 minute. I am manifesting you and I get together and produce and write something soon.
that sounds great. I'll manifest that too.
Let's make it
And
happen.
also, we both book a job on television. Cool.
Cool. Yes, ditto, please. Thank you, acting gods.
Thank you. Okay, well, thanks for having me.
Make our own thing. Thank you, Jenny. Love you. See you soon.
I'll see you in a half hour.
See you in a half hour. Thank you for joining, Jenny. Bye. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Oh, thanks, Fred. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Luke, Jolly, Caitlin, Mario, Tony. A lot of people. Thank you guys for joining. Little Big TD. I don't know your name, but thank you. Thank you, Jenny's neighbor. Marcus, the artist, was the star of the show. Yeah, that's true. Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. You're the best. And we'll make something soon. Thanks, Chris. Oh, Chris, your neighbor. Next week, I'm having my senior chief, Quinones, from Bronx, New York, which is going to be really awesome. Senior chief in the Navy. And this will be posted live after the live on Instagram and then soon on the links. So see you soon. Practice self-care. Love and